got a bag that's packed. You're packed. We're not even in the ball. We're not even at the euphoria yet. So you're packed. Imagine only getting a 10x, right? If your bag is big enough, that's a decent return. You know what I mean? Like a 10x in this market is fantastic. If it's not big enough, then maybe consider buying more, right? But just diversify. Put money in here, put money in Hex, put money in Pulsex. At the end of the day, most of us are here for off the back of Richard, right? So don't do risk management by all means. But if you congratulations is what I'm trying to say. If you're here now, your bag is packed. It's an amazing position to be. This could be the next Pdai. I truly believe that. I think it is actually. When I say I could be, I'm being like impartial, but aware of my own cognitive biases. Don't want to misweight it. Don't want to be overconfident. There are things there are unknown unknowns. There are things that we overlook. But if I had to bet money on it, which I have, because that's what crypto is betting money on belief systems, being like this is going to go to where I think it will go, then I could say 50% of my bag, my investment is in POUSD. You could say I'm overweighted, but you only got to be right once, as Mark Cuban says. You got to be right one time, and you can be set up for life. That's obviously because the only ones really that we know of, which we can confidently say are Richard Hart wallets, are the ones that we sent our SAC funds to. Right? It's fair to assume that. All other wallets can be considered Richard Hart associated wallets, but depending on their interactions with the main wallets will determine whether are they more Richard Hart wallets or Richard Hart associated wallets. Do you see what I'm saying? Because one is closer to Richard than the other, depending on the transactions. You could argue that a transaction that's made to do with MakerDAO immediately after the fork, you could argue is 100% Richard because it's on chain. That wallet is not necessarily an RH wallet, so to speak, in terms of what we sacrifice to. It's an RH associated wallet. Now, if you can read on-chain analysis, you can see that all those wallets that we shared are linked directly to Richard Hart wallets, and that's the most important thing to know. So there's no there's no bull is what I'm trying to say. We're not going to bullshit you. You can look at it on-chain analysis. You can deep dive it. And you can see it for yourself. I've no doubt in my mind that there's a lot of intelligent people among us, and what we need is people who can read on-chain analysis and cipher it. A bit like what happened with Decentralized Me and what happened with 99 Capital, because they collaborated and made that video on the Pdai, the pegging video, right? Both those names, by the way, I've already taken a look at what we're doing. One of them was very satisfied. 99 was very satisfied, and the other and Decentralized Me is still sort of doing his digging, so he's still looking. But we're hoping that we can get some clarity on it, and they'll know for sure. I know as much as Decentralized Me is basically the name and the face of the pegging videos. So he tells it he's the voice. He's got a great voice. He's got a great presence, But the actual research that was really compacted over a long period of time was 99, and 99 is very much sold on what we found, and what he's doing his own independent research on it, and he's coming up with his own conclusions. But obviously, he was working on the Pdai pegging stuff for 8 months, something like that, on and off. I've been told he'd bounce out for a few weeks, he'd come back, he'd bounce back, and he'd do his research, he'd go off grid for a bit, and he'd come back a month later and say, guys, what do you think about this, and etc etc. So Rome wasn't built in a day, but he knows, and I'm hoping that because he's done the Pdai video and the pegging video one time already, he's going to look at this one and go, oh, this is a walk in the park. I've done this before. I just look at this. I look on chain. This wallet connects to this wallet. This transaction is this transaction. Bang, bish, bash, bosh. Create a video. I'll do the voiceover. We don't need Decentralized Me to do it. I'll do it. I don't care. I don't mind putting my name out there, my voice out there. So, we're just waiting for 99 to give us that confirmation. And then he can say, right, okay, yeah, this is the real deal. Because what we need is endorsement. We need intelligent people to look at it and go through it with a fine-tooth comb and see where all the holes are and say, okay, cool. So this is a bit of a reach, this wallet, because there's a lot of wallets in there. If you guys take a look at that announcement, there's a lot of wallets. I think it's up to 13 or something. There's quite a lot. And some of them are closer to Richard Hart known wallets than others. And so it's going to need somebody to really go through it and take their time. So That's what this is about. And guys, there's 56 people on this call. We know that there's, like I say, there's intelligent people among us. So if you have experience in on-chain analysis, please just dig in. Do your own research. It's important, and then we can go from there.
Yeah, I know you. I want to backtrack a little bit. It's not that he's saying that those are the only wallets that lead to Richard Hart. We all know, if you've been in the hexagon ecosystem long enough, that Richard Hart has all those daughter wallets. So specifically though, to the token burn is what we're referencing. And real quick, I want to pivot to the oracles real quick. I want you guys to know that the oracles are now all automated. All right. So that's important to know in terms of decentralization and permissionless. So we initially entered that that floor price of peg for 301. That was manually put in. But now we're getting price feeds from CoinGecko, Paprika, and Uniswap V3. Okay, so we're using those three mediums to get that medium price range. So basically what that means is that if someone wanted to try to dispute a price, it would be extremely difficult for someone to kind of fake a price. So this is what I know has been a question for a lot of people in the community and outside of the community. And so now that we've done testing, they're all basically automated. And so, if that question comes up again, you guys know how to answer it. When we could pivot back to the wallets.
Wondering, like, what is the actual target for the burns? Like, if we're at, say, 12.75 trillion today, or 13 trillion, whatever the actual number is, what is the goal? Like, where do we want to get it down to?
The ideal goal would be to burn 99% of it. How long that's going to take is going to ultimately depend on the community, because these burn protocols need the participation of the community, right? Whether it's to buy another token and get reflections taxed, and that protocol takes it and buys it and burns it, or whether the burn protocol is in the art bots. And then we have an interesting, I don't want to spoil it, but we have another protocol that we're going to announce here soon. And it's going to, I think, motivate the community to really participate in burning a token.
Okay. 99.9%. That, I mean, that's a lot. What would that leave us with? Like 500 billion tokens?
I mean, you would have to take into account all the holders and what they're holding.
Right.
And then I know Tommy, I wasn't in here when he initially started talking about it, but the true amount of tokens that we have now are like 12 trillion instead of like 13.6 trillion. And then we have these burn protocols that are burning tokens every day as well.
Right.
So it's a number that's going to always be changing, because we're going to be burning tokens. But hopefully if we get enough protocols, it can really add up to burning the supply down.
So as
faster.
just a holder, and so sorry to interrupt you, but like as like just like a regular holder who's just kind of sitting on the sidelines, what are some things that I could do that would help with the burn? So is there specific tickers that are listed somewhere? Because I jumped in late, but is there specific tickers that I could buy and or help with, or just like actually sending some tokens to a burn wallet? Is that how it kind of works?
Yeah, you could always send tokens to the burn wallet, and there's protocols that we have now. I think Tommy has them. I don't know if he removed them from the pin messages or not, but there's protocols that you can participate in now in terms of like reflection type tokens that buy and burn PLUSD, and then just keep an ear out for the upcoming protocols. And then if you have any ideas, let us know, and we could get one of our devs to take a look at it and possibly build it out.
Okay. No, that's awesome. Thank you. Yeah, I didn't see anything in the pinned messages of anything that like, okay, hey, if you buy this ticker, it'll burn this percentage of PLUSD. I don't know, maybe I missed it or somehow I skipped, but if that could be put back up on pin, that would be awesome.
Tommy?
Absolutely, yeah. I just want to say categorically that LUSDR not our project. We have never endorsed it. The owner of that project, to repeat, LUSDR. That project I spoke to the owner or the guy who was promoting it and said, look, that it's fine if you want to support the protocol, etc. But I need you to send us a copy of the code so that our dev team can take a look at it, so that we know you're not nefarious. Because a lot of people just come in and shill a project and claim it's a burn token and then scam the community. He didn't send me the information, so I just want to categorically say he said he was going to, but he didn't. And I've asked him multiple times, and he's ignored my messages, and yet continue to claim that LUSDR is a burn protocol and that it helps the LUSD community. So I just want to clarify that's not a project that we've endorsed. We have not endorsed LUSDR. We also have not endorsed BLUSD, so Bravo Lima USD, because again, it's not been checked. I can say though, OUSD, we have checked the code for, and that is a legitimate burn protocol. That was fronted and managed by a gentleman who, by the name of Dave. He was a member of the team. We're on good terms with Dave. So that one you're safe with, Nick. To be completely honest, OUSD you're fine. Okay. But again, you've got to do your own research. Really, I mean, I'm a maxi on LUSD, so I'm not going to put my money anywhere but there. The community deployment, like if you were saying about the if you were going to burn it anyway, if that makes sense. So let's say you were going to burn 1 billion tokens and you were going to send them to a dead address and burn it that way as a community participation, then you could risk the billion in the OUSD or any of the others. Do you know what I mean? Because then you're still going to lose it. You were going to effectively lose it anyway because you were going to deploy it, but that way you might be able to keep some of your bag and deploy, you know what I mean, and encourage it. So maybe look at it that way, but I'll definitely look at getting a pin message for you and get that one up.
Awesome, thank you.
I'll say what's been said, if that's okay.
Yeah, we were just talking about the wallets. Just in the pinned announcement, we basically shared the Richard Hart known / Richard Hart associated wallets that have been interacting with the ecosystem, and just trying to encourage people to obviously do their own research and on-chain analysis and reach out to people who are accustomed to that if they're not. And just trying to encourage the community to reach out to people and say, look, this is all on chain, it's all been shown, and that the actual supply that's been reported at 13 point something trillion is actually more like 12.25 because we've got transactions that show that Richard had actually sent over $1 trillion, well, it's $35,000 at the time's worth of POUSD to a dead address, so he effectively burned it. And that's all on chain, and we're just talking about rallying some people to do some on-chain analysis and share the news that 9 Iron Capital, we've been in touch with 9 Iron Capital, who's done the research on the pegging video. He did a lot of that behind the scenes with Decentralized Me, and that he's interested, and he's doing his own deep dive as we speak. So we should hopefully get not necessarily a video with Decentralized Me out, but we're heading that way. That's the plan.
Okay, perfect. Thank you. And also, any more news about the burn protocols?
Yes, we have a developer that came to us, and he already really had like three really good ideas in terms of burn protocols that's not like reflection protocols. So we actually have a couple of devs working on that now, and Tommy will make an announcement once it's up and running and tested. It shouldn't be long, but I think you guys will like it.
Okay, perfect. Thanks a lot for all your work. Appreciate it.
Thank you. Yes, ma'am.
Thank you. Them and said, look, this isn't what we want. We just want everyone to be together. I think a lot of people, most of the communities come like together. Like we've all come together. We unbanned everyone who got banned for bad behavior, and then people who were you could subjectively debate were unfairly banned. Everyone got unbanned. So it was like doors are open. Come across. By come across, I mean be in both, because we were very clear. Just do what you want. Like that's not what this is about. This isn't about picking a side. This was about inclusivity. Because I was in that chat as well for a bit, and and I've got friends over there and friends here, and You know what I mean? Like, so the way we see it is we're all together. There have been obviously we're not going to also put up with disrespect and abuse. So the individuals that came across and were shouting at us and accusing us of being scammers and saying this and saying that, making false claims, we've kicked them. We asked them to just, like, because it's a case by case basis, which is what we said in the group chat. You know, everyone's got their own opinion on it, but the way I see it is only one LUSD community, and that's the one that you're in right now. On this call, this is the LUSD community. That's a group that they decided to just create, and fair play to them. Everyone's got the right to create their own group, but you know, there's only one group. This group's been around for a long time now.
Bro,
Yeah,
it
but
says
that
official in the name.
So, sorry, from that other groups actually used to be working together in the community to stop all the minting, not stop it, but fix the oracle. Basically, they were in your group. You were working together at one point. Is that correct?
Yeah, that's the sad part. We were all a team. It was a democracy in the beginning. There was it still is a democracy, just by the way, just to make it clear. I'm saying that it was a democracy then, it's a democracy now. We had a group of individuals, and that democracy consisted of about a cabinet, shall we say, if we want to use political terms, 7 or 8 of us, and we all voted. We voted on every decision. Right, you're going to do this, you're going to do that. Okay, I'm going to do this. And it was all the vote, and it was all a discussion. Everything was a vote. And unfortunately, a couple of those members got voted out. They got voted out by the majority because of the way that they acted.
So what exactly did they do that wound up the rest of the community?
Well, I'm not going to name drop because it puts me in the shit. You know what I mean? Like, I don't want to throw shade because I could end them. Like, I could end them by showing them screenshots and receipts, and their community would be like, "What? They said what? They did what?" We'll be like, "Yeah, we've got that. Got the receipts. Got the proof." So they're not, you know, they're playing that I'm the good guy, but the truth is, basically, a couple of them were minting. So they were actually while we were trying to fix the trove. Okay, so while the troves were open, I don't know if you were familiar with the way it was worked with the mint, but basically when the troves were open, you could deploy capital and you could borrow and etc., which was the design of the protocol. The protocol was designed where you could borrow it against collateral, etc. That's what the PLUSD is. It's liquidity, which is a fork across from Ethereum in which you could lend that. Obviously, while those troves were open and we were testing, a few of those names, you know, were actually just minting. They were just taking money out of the ecosystem. The thing that we were literally trying to solve, where we were trying to stop the mint, they were just banging the button, just pressing the button, and we were watching them. We're like, dude, you're not meant to be doing this. Like, you're not meant to be minting. Like, you realize this is literally the problem we're trying to solve here. We're literally trying to stop the mint. Why are you minting? And it was like, oh no, I'm just doing this test, and I've got this justification, and I've got this reason, and I've got this reason. And it was like, okay, there's that. That was a red flag. Then it was, okay, whatever you guys do, don't tell the public about this, because we're trying to get the accurate price reports on Pulsechain, because the prices have been falsely reported from the beginning by well-known huge entities in the space. This is actually quite dangerous for us because they got millions of dollars invested in this. Go ahead, dox yourself. It's your own safety. But I'm not coming down with you, right? That was in the beginning what it was, because we had to back up what our claims were. There was a lot of fear in the beginning. That's the thing. It was a lot of fear. We were like, you know, some of these guys are big players. I don't want to get killed off. I mean, that's really severe paranoia, right? But you know, people like Richard Hart have people coming after them for money. You know, money drives people. So in the beginning, we were like, right, okay, we want to keep this under wraps. So we all agreed. We weren't going to say anything. We were going to secure the price reporting, because the nefarious minters were onto us from the beginning. They knew what we were doing. There's a reason why over the first 365 days of these nefarious minters, we got to 4 trillion, or I can't remember the exact numbers, between 3 and 4.5 trillion. And then, lo and behold, we're suddenly trying to fix the Oracle problem. And then suddenly, boom, it just mints another 10 trillion in like 12 days. There was no coincidence that was happening. So we were like, we came to the conclusion that the information was being leaked. And when we found out who was leaking it, we got rid of him. We got rid of him and the other two people, the people who were minting the supply, same guys that were singing the "We are POUSD, we're here for decentralization and we're here to help people and fix this protocol," were the same people that were minting. And then what happens is they got caught. Right, this is the whole reason the group divided. They got caught. We kicked them out. We said, you can't sit with us because you're not in alignment with Richard Hart's values. So you can't sit with us. You're a bad actor. Goodbye. Banned. Goodbye. Banned. And then what happened was we got pushback. So people be like, oh, why are you banning those so-and-so? They're a good guy. Blah, 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 blah. No, they're telling you they are. They're spinning you lies and they're making us sound like the bad guys. So that was the whole reason they got removed. That was the whole reason they got removed.
Also, I think that the community remembers, it's like you're trying to spin up the first oracle on Pulsechain and you're trying to protect information. So on numerous occasions, information that we would discuss as a dev group will get leaked into the community. And it just happened over and over and over and over again. Then there was some, I think there was someone that really did not like taking direction from Tommy. Tommy is like, I think we all know he's a guru when it comes to this Telegram marketing. He's excellent. I think a lot of us can say that the marketing stuff, that how this community is being run with, has a lot to do with Tommy's marketing skills. And that person just couldn't take direction. That person just wanted to be, it didn't really want to learn or take direction. And you guys know how difficult that can be when you're trying to have a team and everybody's got a role, everybody's got a part, everybody's got a hat that they need to wear that makes the whole thing run. And then there's someone or that's really, not wanting to be a team player, all right? But just try to take the high road and say, hey, let's just try and work together. All we can do is extend the olive branch.
Sure, I understand. Yeah, thanks a lot for the clarity.
You're welcome.
We can all win. I mean, not everybody, but you know what I'm saying, people. A lot of people can sit back, relax, and just compound your gains when you have an LP position, especially with, what we have here with LUSD. Any questions about it, put it in the chat, and myself or anybody else who knows about it, can help you out along the way.
And that's a great idea.
Yeah, I was just wondering if you guys know anything about the little Atropa ecosystem and if it's connected to PLUSD in some way.
Damn it, bro! Watson's not here, is he?
What? Yeah, I'm right
he's
here.
here. Yes.
What up? Oh, I got this one, bro. I don't know nothing about mini Atropa. The thing I know is that it's crazy, and I aped it first. But I aped it like I was trying to get Riggs to tell me that address because I heard him talking, and like hours later he was on again. Give me that CA you were talking about. And as soon as he gave it to me, I saw all the tokens and I just aped them. It's good times. It's just like when we found Atropa. Exact same scenario. This one has way more connections and a couple meme tokens already attached to it. I think I bought them all. That's all I know, really. We still don't know nothing. We need people to look at that. But we had Sonny in here, and I asked him about it. And he instantly said, "Well, does any of the coins do anything?" And you're supposed to they're not verified, so you got to use the decompiler. Well, nobody's done any of that work yet, so you're in high risk vegan territory with that one. But I look at the CA on DBank, and the LPs are insane. Everything's connected to everything. All these baby Bitcoin baby, this baby that. It's all paired with their P copy stable. Riggs said that we were right about it, and I think the buys go through up, like the buy taxes or whatever, they go up through to Atropa, and the P stables and the sell taxes go down to the LUSD, the baby little stuff. That's what he said. I have no idea if any of it's true. Just that little group that we got going. We need more people to look at it, but you can use your LUSD to buy it too, which is nice that it pumped. already. Makes it easy to ape these coins. Or but it's like when we found Teddy and TSFI and Poppy and all those ones, they didn't have any liquidity, so you can put very much in. So don't try to ape in, or you'll lose your money to do slippage. That happened to me. Threw away 20 million Pdai to buy $3 worth of Teddy, which was like a lot of money eventually. But we've seen how these things play. I don't know. I need other people that are good at that stuff to look at it and be like, yeah, this leads back to this guy. Or I think it leads to Sonny, to be honest, because the way how he talked about it, his initial question, and because he's usually really skeptical, but this first thing he was just like, does they do anything? I don't know. I haven't checked yet, and still haven't checked. There's like what 20 people that bought so far, so early. And the Pdai guys aren't really here. Like maybe a couple of them are, but it's not like what we were doing last. So we're still before like what we had. Well, we have a good group, and you guys are here.
Right. You guys were talking about last week about another protocol being worked on, another burn protocol. Is that still in the works?
Yeah, they're working on it now. It shouldn't be long because the guy already had the protocol. He's just got to change it around for us. And Tommy's
Okay.
gonna.
Okay, so is that the iBurn guys with
No,
no, okay,
no, the
okay,
iBurn
my
guys.
bad.
Yeah, the iBurn guys. They have a couple of projects in front of us, but they do plan on working with us. But it just hasn't been made official.
Okay, all right.
It'll come probably at the best times. They all got to buy at the bottom pretty much. Like Pdai ain't going nowhere without us until we get up to where we need to go.
Numbers don't lie. People lie. Numbers don't. Like I don't know why people still find that difficult. Did it happen? Is it on chain? Did it happen? Yes. Okay, therefore it's true. Like me, we've got the ultimate lie detector, which is the blockchain. People are still like, oh, is it true? Is it not? Like, look, or find someone who can look. That's what I do. I just find people. But what I'm trying to say is, on the flip side of that, even if you didn't like Richard or you felt maybe neutral towards him, and you were just, yeah, cool, he's a guy that's created a blockchain, cool, I'm in it to make money. You can still do that. Like, you can still bet against him. You can put money in Ethereum, you can put money in Pulse,